bit better. All right. Um, let's do our intros. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Um, we will be hopefully. Oh yeah, and first person that comes in, put a comment down so I can know that you're in here. Um, So, yes, for the ladies, right? Okay. So, like I said, first person in here, put a comment down so I can know that you're in here. Um, I was checking out my analytics earlier, and it's interesting because certain videos I will have, like, at least what YouTube Studios will show me is that I do not have a single. What's going on, AL Evans? Um, so my analytics will show me that I don't have any um women that have watched a video, right? So I will have, like, 90 something, 70 something, 80 something percent men, but then will show me nothing on the women, which is interesting. But then when I look at an overall month for my analytics, I will have 17%, 20 some odd percent, 27% of my viewership would be women. So that's interesting, right? So how is it that I'm averaging like zero women watching a video, but then at the end of the month somehow it's magically 17%, 20%, 22, 27%? Maybe someone that also has a YouTube channel or also is also a content creator can explain that to me. Anyway, I say all of that to say this, right? Um, Shout out to all of you women that subscribe to Mr. Z or that watch Mr. Z content. Thank you very much. Um, I wanted to say this, right? I've gone in on some of these swirler, divester, black women empowerment, black women luxury content creators, right? The Chrissies and the Paris Milans and whatnot. And there's a reason for that. I'm not doing that just to enrage my subscribers, right? As a matter of fact, I'm not doing that at all to enrage my subscribers. To inform them, right? To tell them to be careful about who their daughters are watching and subscribe to, but also to speak to black women and ask, do you understand that these people, and I've said it multiple times, I really am gonna try to stick the landing this particular video. Do you understand that these content creators are really earning money and props off of your anger, your rage, your sadness, your loneliness, excuse me. For all of those that are listen to me, I don't know if you originally came over because of the video I made about Ostefco a year ago, maybe, or what originally brought you over, and thank you very much. But I have no reason to believe that these people aren't also subscribed to some of these particular women. And I want to be very clear. When I say you ladies gave Paris Milan the seed money to go off and whatever makeup brand thing she's doing or cosmetic thing or whatever, now she wants to slowly switch up her content. Chrissy is also starting to lean into this luxury thing also. Shout out to all of you that's in here. Let me shout y'all out while I'm at the red light. Shout out to you 3000 GT. Shout out to you Lazulu, brother. Shout out to Longo and shout out to Jamil. I already said shout out to AL, but AL was the first one to put a comment down. Shout out to you, AL, brother. So where I'm going with this is these people are using your sadness, your rage, your anger, your loneliness as seed money, and they'll engage in that for some years, get all the money they need, and then go off and do something else with it, right? And leave you out here, right? So they're coming up off of luxury apartments. They're probably buying some luxury cars off of that money, because this is not Mr. Z's channel. Mr. Z got what? 1650 subscribers. These people have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and I can guess what those YouTube checks look like, right? They coming up big off of y'all, and they're taking whatever money, some of them are reinvesting it in some other business, but their seed money, their start money was off of your anger and loneliness and rage and resentment towards black men, and them pressing that button and them bringing you rage porn content, right? And I know not all of my subscribers, my black women subscribers, are subscribed to these people and watch these people content, but I have no reason to believe that all of you don't subscribe to them, right? And I think what's interesting is we're kind of living through this era of like millennial and Gen Z isolation and loneliness, right? It's not exactly the same thing as what Generation X and boomers kind of went through, right? Where they got married and they had children and they got divorced. Some of them stayed married, obviously, right? Where millennials are not even having those experiences, right? And obviously Gen Z, the oldest of them, are not having those experiences. And so when you're having the Kim from Fort Harriet's get y'all real comfortable with being single, and and this is where me and Juicy depart ways. Even Juicy getting y'all real comfortable with leaning on your family members a little bit more, and like kind of experimenting with different things, and all of that is them getting y'all real, because they see what I see, especially Kim from Fort Harriet. Kim, I'm gonna just call her Kim. Kim and Juicy, they know about that Morgan Stanley report. There's no way they don't know. And they know that if that Morgan Stanley report says 45% of women are going to be single, that means that's more like 60+% for black women, childless and single. And for black women, maybe not so much the childless part, but the single part, oh, definitely. Right? Juicy and Kim also went to really nice schools, so they really know what them white boys are about. They know that swirler divester thing is not a thing. As a matter of fact, Juicy keep on tiptoeing over there, and y'all keep on trying to take her feet off every time she put her big toe over the line. Kim not gonna say it to y'all so much, but she want to keep y'all hope alive. But Juicy's like, hey, nah, it ain't a thing. Right? These people are making money off of y'all anger, y'all rage, y'all loneliness, y'all sadness. Mr. Z has said this ad nauseum, I stress it. And that's truly sad to me, that we have a couple generations at this point that don't even know, they don't even know how to play the game. Y'all realize, like, the modern sisters are so enraged and so angry, they don't even know how to play the game. At least our moms knew how to play damsel in distress in front of white folks. At least our grandmothers knew how to play that game. These newfangles, like I said a million times now, are so out there with it. They calling Beyonce mom mammy under the CBS comment section. Right? And Lexus Exodus, who's supposed to be some type of degreed up woman, she don't even know how to send y'all out correctly, give y'all the proper marching orders. This is supposed to be a degreed up woman. If this is supposed to be y'all leadership, they suck. So let me get, y'all are so all out there with it. Y'all are educated and still doing dumb shit. Lexus Exodus, you're educated and you still sending these girls out to flood the CBS comment section, and you don't know how in the long run that's gonna screw them. Y'all not really for black women empowerment. That's some BS crap to coalesce around, excuse my language, and I'm gonna use profanity this morning. That's some shit for y'all to coalesce around fuck them niggas over there. Right? And in the long run, it hurts the women. That's why I'm speaking to the women. That's why this is for the ladies. And if y'all read my comments, I said I'm leaning into the black woman social worker thing this morning. Y'all not gonna catch that next video and forward. But this morning I'll entertain it, right? For all the ladies that listen to me, but y'all also subscribe to these, those black women empowerment women. And I'm also thinking about Ostefco, right? When she reviewed Mahogany Pink's The Myth of Black Love. And Ostefco was like, oh yeah, she did that thing. And I'm like, Ostefco, you big lonely, you big single, and you clapping it up for Mahogany Pink? Do you not know how Mahogany Pink helps to make women like you single as fuck? Lonely as shit? You don't get it? Like, I really am borderline astonished. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes I'm being extra, I'm being hyperbolic. But sometimes it's real. When I'm like, but y'all are educated. So in other words, all a person has to do, black, white, male, woman, is just talk shit about niggas, and y'all be like, no matter how smart y'all are, no matter how educated y'all are, no matter how intelligent y'all are. Is it that easy, black women? All a nigga gotta do is come in the door and be like, them niggas ain't shit. And y'all be like, here's my money, take it. Here's my support, take it. Here's a subscriber, a new subscriber, take it. All a person gotta do is say, you niggas ain't shit. Whether that's a black man, a black woman, a white man, a white woman, any Latinos or whatever, Asians or whatever. To see Ostefco do that review and be like, yeah, she ate. What? People like that is who keep y'all single as fuck, Miss Ostefco. Chrissy started off not on this weirdo shit she's on now. Then she quadrupled and quintupled down on the colorism shit, which she kind of stole from Strober, right? From what's the sister name? I forgot her first name. Is it Rashida? I think so, right? She stayed on that, but then every time a new trend come in, she dipped her toe into that a little bit. Now she's slowly going to the black women and luxury stuff, which she was already kind of on before, but now she's leaning into it a little bit more. Right? And I'm listening and looking around at like all the single, because there are black women, scores of single black women in all your major cities. I'm not saying they don't have a Dusty coming through and knocking the cobwebs out. Once again, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Super chats will be read out loud. I'm not saying they don't have a ex-boyfriend that still comes and knock the cobwebs out. I'm not saying they're not getting piped down by some random dude around the way, right? Whether that random dude is black, Latino, or white, right? But for many of them, they're not even having that. They don't even have the trusty, 3 o'clock in the morning dude. Why did I look down at the red light? Hey, yo, Sid, I told you to send Ostefco to me. Man. And y'all are single as hell, and y'all are barely holding it together, and y'all are listening to Chrissy. And now Chrissy gonna do the same thing to y'all that the white boy's been doing for the past 40 years and sell y'all all aspirational shit with this luxury dating, luxury marriage bullshit. Right? That's the same shit the white boy's been doing on commercials and movies and TV shows with y'all for the past fucking 4 decades. That's what they've been doing with the commercials and the TV shows for the past 3 and 4 decades. Now Chrissy and Paris Malone on that shit now. Y'all ain't tired of being lied to? Black women, y'all not tired of being lied to? Because y'all ducking and dodging the depressing part of life. And then your life is depressing. Go figure. All the real sticky, thorny shit, y'all trying to duck and dodge. All the, oh, news is depressing. I don't watch news. How many times y'all done heard a black woman say that shit? Life is already depressing. I just want to go, I want some escapism. Yeah, y'all OD on escapism. Y'all don't just watch a little bit of escapism. Y'all don't just watch a little bit of Chrissy, a little bit of Paris Milan. Y'all OD on the shit. And then you come out here in the real world with real men, not just black men. Let's stop playing. Y'all been trying to date white dudes, and some of y'all already are. And it's still extra regular, if even. If you don't even make more than him. If you don't even got more status than him. Yeah, I said it. Y'all not tired of being lied to and gaslit, black women? Y'all talking about black men gaslighting y'all. Y'all not tired of being gaslit by other black women? By white racist society that know what to sell y'all and how to sell it to y'all? Y'all not tired of it yet? Shout out to all my black female subscribers. Whatever one or two of y'all that's white or Latina. Shout out to y'all. Y'all not tired of being lied to yet? Because the rich white boys in corporate America, all over the advertising studios, the writers, they know exactly how to advertise to y'all. I have the clips. They know how to sell to y'all. In particular, yes, do they know how to sell to boys and men? Yes, of course. But they know how to sell to you ladies in particular. They've said it. They've said it. Right? I have the clips. I've played it on multiple videos. Where the Disney execs and the Disney, yeah, we advertise to girls. It's easy. They turn y'all into big ass consumers and materialistic a-holes. And now y'all are grown as hell and y'all look at men as a walking wallet, and y'all have deemed 80% of men not to be good enough wallets. And that's made y'all single, miserable, and lonely. And maybe you got one of those same, and it's interesting, one of those bottom 80% dudes is piping, but you know, you don't take him seriously. Or one of the top 20% dudes is piping and he don't take you seriously. Oh. Right? But your favorite content creators don't want to talk to you about the real like that. I listen to Paris Milan's lives occasionally. I peek in and out. She ain't talking to y'all about nothing real. Is Chrissy talking to y'all about the same thing? And they turn around and delete those lives. They not talking to y'all about nothing real. No wonder y'all are so schizophrenic. Because all the things that you use to escape or attempt to escape reality makes you delusional. And then when you come out here in the real world and you have no choice but to be out here in the real world. Shout out to the sister talking about, forget reality, live in delusion. If only it was that easy. If only you had a choice. You don't have a choice. Right? You come out here in the real world and get scalped by the real world. That's before men even get involved. Right? That's before the men in your immediate circle get involved. That's before we talk about intimacy. That's before any of that. You come out here and get scalped by reality. By the reality that the median income for men is some 40 grand a year. Boom. 50% of men off your list, off top. There you go. We ain't talking about height yet. We didn't talk about looks yet. We didn't talk about personality and character yet. Do Chrissy talk to y'all about that? Hell no. Has Paris Milan talked to y'all about that? Hell no. Mahogany Pink put that in any videos yet? Nope. Lexus Exodus old neo-Nazi self say that? Anything about that? Nope. Cynthia G? Nope. Divested Zealot? Right? Kim from For Harriet? Nope. None of them. Oh, Stefco? Nope. None of them. None of them talking to y'all about nothing real. Nothing. I mean, the closest we get is a little bit, is Julesy, Kim from Fort Harriet, a smidge sometimes, every once in a blue moon. Oh, Stefco give y'all the real, but it's more emotional. It's more, but nothing numbers based. Nothing. Y'all wonder why y'all super single. Y'all trying to duck and dodge and matrix weave and tie yourselves in the pretzel, avoiding the real. You can't. You don't have a choice. Sorry. Right? You don't have a choice. Right? And the majority of you will not be able to meet that, or well, get married to that dude that buys you out of reality, so you can live in the delusion. So shout out to Chrissy with her new little series that she got going on, with all the sisters talking about, oh yeah, I married and yeah, he got this money and we're living this life and da 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 da. Yeah. All that delusional talk. Yeah, okay, those sisters got it. They made it out in that way. Will you? 85% chance? No. These women are they're the prime example of possibility over probability. It's possible you could be one of those 0.00001% women that win the lottery for 1.2 billion, rarer than getting struck by lightning. It's possible. How probable is it? Now Chrissy's selling y'all on possible. Now she's selling y'all on possible. The end of one of Mahogany Pink videos, she literally got the South Asian dude giving googly eyes to the dark-skinned sister. Drugs. Everybody knows South Asians are the most colorist people on the face of the earth. They make white Latinos look like saints. And she got the Hassan Minaj looking dude flirting with the dark-skinned sister, or not flirting, but giving her googly eyes. Right? So to the lady, my subscriber base, thank you for listening in on me. Hopefully y'all see Mr. Z ain't really anti-black women. I'm really not. I'm actually probably more pro-black women than all those fake-ass black women empowerment women over there that just sell y'all on delusion all day. That's all they actually do over there. All those black empowerment women, all they do is sell y'all lies. Feel good BS lies. Then y'all come out here in the real world. Then you come out here in the real world. Y'all better figure out how you're going to deal with the fact that the median house price is some $400,000 or something. Y'all got to figure that out. Average new car price, shout out to the Black Authority, Jason Black, is 48,000 plus. Well, 48,000, sorry. Average new car price. Y'all got to figure that out. Who's talking to y'all about that? See, in the Black Manosphere, we talk about that ad nauseum. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about Masandra Nora and whatever. But at least we talking numbers and real stuff over here. Which one of those black women empowerment women are saying anything of the sort? Check their community tab. Check our community tabs and then check their community tab. Which one of them? Mahogany Pink actually, and I really have I get so incensed when I think about the educated, the most educated amongst them talking like this, right? Think about this. Mahogany Pink literally at one of the end of her videos showed like, you know, kind of the let me paraphrase, because essentially what she was leaning into is men kind of falling behind, and kind of how like this impending doom of a potential depression or really bad recession, or what we're calling here now is a stagflation, the K-shaped recovery, right? She leans into that at the end of one of her videos, and then essentially say, while other women are gonna settle for these men, we're gonna aspire higher. Bruh, you're telling the what among the poorest group of women in the country that while other women say, "Oh crap, the men are hurting, we're gonna have to buckle down and end up with these dudes," black women are gonna be the ones to aspire higher. Bro, bro, you know when you're at a loss for words. And that's what they call empowering over there. That's what they call empowering over there. And shout out to you, Toya. That's what they call empowering over there. Lies, delusion, hopeism. I can't even call it optimism. It's not optimism. It's 10 tons of hopeism. It's toxic positivity. Right? Insane levels of toxic positivity. Y'all are ODing off of toxic positivity over there. Why? Because reality sucks. It sucks for almost all of us. You got to strive your way out of that and find your way out of that. And the smart thing to do would be to couple up with a man, preferably a black man, because that's the best shot you got. By the numbers, by the way. And y'all build something together, and I don't mean it in that weird ass capitalist way. Y'all be talking, well, we're gonna build a business and LLC, and then we're gonna blink our eyes and Bitcoin and LLC, and then we're gonna be millionaires tomorrow. I'm not talking about building like that. Right? But y'all gonna go it alone because you don't want to be with no regular working class average dude. Fine, eat that. But when y'all turn around in 15 years and Paris Malone got 2 or 3 kids, right? And she's living in a damn mansion, if not a McMansion, and maybe now she make more public appearances, and now she's doing segments on television. Y'all remember y'all got her there while you live single and lonely in your apartment, possibly with no children. You remember y'all got her there, right? And when Cynthia G finally says something so outlandish that she gets knocked off the waves, but before then she had made it so far up, and she becomes the face of black enraged women, and now white society decides to bury y'all with her. Y'all remember, y'all put her there. Y'all clapped it up for her. Remember that. When they turned Cynthia G into the Kanye, right? Or the Bill Cosby. You see how they tried to bury black men with Bill Cosby? They try to bury black men with R. Kelly. They try to bury black men with Kanye. When they do that with Cynthia G, y'all just remember y'all put her there. Your anger, your rage, your sadness, your loneliness, primarily towards black men, y'all remember y'all put those women there. So once again, shout out to the women that listen to me. I promise you I'm more black women empowerment than those women. I promise you I'm more black women empowerment than those women. Those women just selling y'all on whatever they think y'all want to hear. And then instead of telling y'all the real, they're going to quadruple down and quintuple down off of your sadness and your loneliness and your, I just want to hear something negative about black men and positive about black women. All right. And tell us our options aren't limited. Our choices aren't, well, actually more choices. Our choices aren't limited. And whatever's going on in the overall society and environment, yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with us. We're going to overcome that because black women got us. All right. Y'all are so delusional with the shit. Now y'all engaging in all this weird ass um um black woman divine femininity thing. All these content creators have their Patreons where they talk to y'all about dark femininity and all this other stuff and spirituality this and how to manifest that, and y'all buying into it. First of all, y'all paying these people Patreon. Then y'all got them out here literally titillating y'all with this weirdo manifest stuff and divine feminine stuff. All because you don't want to deal with reality. Once again, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. All because you don't want to deal with reality. Oh, shout out to the brother Edward Anderson. Oh yeah, I am leaning all the way into black women social worker this morning. Because somebody got to say it. Y'all are literally making these other women borderline rich off of these YouTube channels where they literally do nothing for you except keep on pressing that loneliness button and that rage button. Just rage porn, rage porn. That's all Paris Milan got over there. There's a bunch of cackling hens over there. Right? Just a bunch of sassy cackling hens. And what y'all got to show for it? I told y'all I've spoken to Paris Milan a couple times. Sassy for no reason. All the cute little one-liners that, black women clap it up for, young black women at least. Right? But outside of that, what them ladies got to show for it? Is Real Talk with Yanni talking to y'all about anything real over there? Anything? Look how somber she felt with Lauren Smith Fields. Look how somber she felt. She weeped a little bit because she felt like women like her sent women like that on that mission. Y'all kind of did. I ain't gonna put it all on you, but y'all kind of did. Y'all not saying nothing real on y'all channel. Nothing. Where's the income data? Nothing on that. Wealth data? Nothing on that. Nothing on that. Millennials struggling to find homes and affordable stuff. Jason Black covered it a few months ago. Oh, well, a few weeks ago, maybe a couple months. Young people saying they've weeped at least once looking for homes and apartments. It's brought them to tears. You don't got nothing to say about that, huh? Real Talk with Yanni. Huh, Yanni? Nothing. Right? All you know to say is tell your subscribers to not make sure they man got their money together. Okay, so that'll leave y'all with like 15% of mainly white dudes to fight over with every other woman that's chasing after them niggas. Have fun. Y'all not even doing the math. If y'all were at least doing the math, Y'all are going after the 1 or 2 women that actually end up with these type of dudes. That's what Chrissy's doing. I'm going to interview the 1 or 2 women that actually end up with these type of guys. White, black, Latino, Asian, or otherwise. Right? But what I won't do is actually talk about the actual numbers that tell you most likely, nah. I'm not going to tell you that 40% of women already earn more than their male counterparts. Right? I'm not going to talk to you about the 60-40 split for college women to men. And that's on average. Certain colleges is 65-35. Certain colleges it's creeping to that 70-30 mark. Women to men. We didn't even talk race yet. All right? Paris talking to y'all about that, ladies? No. Real talk with Yanni? No. Chrissy? No. Cynthia G? No. Lexus Exodus? No. Mahogany Pink? No. Who is? Inflation feeling like it's kicking. Inflation is tearing people apart right now. Hyperinflation. Any one of these subscribers say anything about that? No. I remember Kev on Stage made a funny video because I think at one point he was leasing, or Maserati had kind of gifted him a Maserati for a little bit, the comedian Kev on Stage. And so he had to go do an oil change or something like that on it. And I think it was like $600 or something stupid. And so he made a video kind of making fun of it where he was walking down on a sidewalk in black and white. And he was kind of, when you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do with my life? He had the, oh my God, what am I going to do with my life look on his face where his eyes were darting left to right when you're thinking and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to make this work? And he's kind of making fun of the situation. And I remember going through the comments and it was nothing but women, black women, left, right, and center saying shit. That's why I got a little Nissan Sentra, and that's why I got my little Accord, and I could never imagine spending that. And that's why I make sure to save my coupons for my oil changes for Jiffy Lube and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so this is the life you're living, but yet a man is supposed to come through and put you in a Benz? So when it don't look like it's okay, so understand what I'm saying. When their guards are down, they tell the truth. When they're beefing with each other, they tell the truth. Now, when men walk in the room, they start fronting, oh, I gotta live this life and you gotta provide me for this and da 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 da. But when their guards are down, they tell the truth. They live in real humble or they struggling. Now, when you walk in the room as a man, that's when they start putting the bar to infinity. Well, a man need to provide me like this, and I've never been on a date that's less than this, and da da da. Right? I remember it's another comedian brother, I forgot his name. Funny brother, he actually has a show with what's the brother name that be doing the animal voiceovers? Tony Baker. He actually had the daddy show with Tony Baker, one of those brothers, and I think he posted. Was it him? Because I've seen this like multiple times, and I don't want to say it was his comment section, but it was one of the times that I viewed something on IG where somebody posted the prices of like dates, like the prices of first dates, I think it was, around the country, and like all through there, see, now the women's guards are up. And now they're like, yeah, of course the first date is $250. I mean, I've never, who's not spending that? I'm like, y'all are so full of shit. Oh, y'all so full of shit. So all of y'all y'all all having dudes spend $150, $200, $250 on y'all first date? Get out. once again, somebody's lying. Someone's lying. Because if the number one reason for divorce is money, and when we look at who's getting married and staying married, it's money. If all of y'all are having these $100 and $250 first dates, wouldn't that kind of entail that men are making way more than they're actually making, and the marriage rate would be a little bit higher, the divorce rate would be a little bit lower, and money wouldn't be the number one reason for divorce? If men were all spending this 100 and something, 200 and something dollars on dates, somebody's lying. Y'all keep on following these lying ass, fronting ass content creators, these ego stroking, placating content creators, right? Y'all following them because it makes you feel good, right? When they going in on men and when they being extra sassy, looking at you, Real Talk with Yanni and Paris Milan, with all the little cute sassy one-liners. It makes y'all feel good. But how is your life for real? Some of y'all around my age, in your mid-30s, what you got to show for it? What, a little middle management job, and what else? Can't connect with a man worth a damn. I ain't even gonna just say black man. Notice, I didn't even say black man. Y'all remember the 2020 special with all those black women from average to attractive, single as a loose leaf paper, and that was what, over a decade ago? And the cute sister talking about, yeah, because I think the host kind of implied, well, why don't you kind of date out or expand your options? And she was like, yeah, I remember this one time I was at the bar and me and the white guy made googly eyes at each other, but nothing came out of it. Exactly. Y'all need to stop lying and fronting. The first person to, it'd be killing me when dark skinned sisters say that. The first person to ever compliment my skin tone was a white man. Where is he now? Crickets. Exactly. Y'all gotta stop lying to black men. The first person to ever tell me I was pretty, isn't that what Uchechi said? The first person to ever tell me I was pretty, it was a white man. Where's he now? Where are the white dudes trying to bang down your door? Exactly. So y'all so delusional now, y'all making up stories? And then dare us to question the story. That's the kicker, right? You ever been around someone, they're lying. Everyone knows they're lying, and then they're getting mad that no one believes them? Right? So black women are gonna have to figure it out. Your favorite content creators are gassing y'all up with all of this fake black women empowerment stuff, titillating y'all with all of this black women in luxury. And look, Chrissy right now. Look, I have a panel full of women that married up and they got their white husband or even their black husband or Latino husband that's balling out of control. And yeah, they marry. It can happen to you too. Yeah, you can win the lottery too. Yeah, that can happen. Right? It goes back to the question I asked earlier. Are you tired of being lied to yet? Right? Are you tired of being lied to yet? Are you tired of being gassed by rich white elite men in these corporate spaces that know how to advertise to you? Are y'all tired yet? How many interracial commercials with a black woman and a white man do we need to see now? Oh, you thought they didn't know? Oh, you thought they didn't know? Look at all the commercials from Nissans to Hyundais to the Swiffer commercial. Wait, you thought the white guys don't see y'all comments on social media? Wait, you think there's that many? Like, what 1% of white dudes marry black women? 1%, one. Where all these interracial commercials come from recently? Oh, so you think they don't know how to advertise to y'all? See, everybody knows how to gas black women. I in 3 to 6 months I could switch my channel to a niggas ain't shit channel. I can't. I saw Jesus and niggas ain't shit. In 6 months I could quadruple my subscribers. Everybody knows how to do it. Everyone knows how to do it. And I'm really enraged because the people I'm speaking about aren't dumb. They just decided to make money off of black women's loneliness and anger. Right? Chrissy isn't dumb. Paris Milan is as airheadish and immature as she is, she's not dumb. Because she know how to make money off of y'all lonely asses. Y'all miserable asses. Real talk with Yanni. All the sass in the world. Shout out. I get it. Real talk with Yanni got a shape on her. She a little, caramel-ish, maybe a little bit lighter than caramel. I get it. I can see why a dude would want to pipe. Shout out to nigga whoever decide to try to marry her. Nigga. Oh, I get it. I get it. I see that shape. But shout out to whoever decides to try to marry Real Talk with Yanni. Nigga. When, not if that shit don't work out. Remember Mr. Z told you so. Because there's no way that is just her acting on YouTube. And okay, let's say she is. That means that's an aspect of her. That shit could pop out at any minute. Right? But as I was saying, I'm really annoyed by the fact that I said it before, I go at the more educated or the more intelligent of these particular people because of the disservice they're actually doing black women, and they're claiming they're for black women empowerment. They want to see black women win. There's no way. There's no way they want to see black women win. Because they're selling black women everything but the actual one thing that would actually work, aligning with black men. Bitch, y'all don't got no real other options. I know everybody else is lying to you about it. You really don't have another choice. There's nothing else to look at the numbers. Ralph Richard Banks tried to sell y'all on day and out. What he didn't tell y'all is that the white dudes ain't checking. The Latino dudes are too colorist and racist too. The Asian guys, their parents will murder them in the streets. Especially the South Asian guys, don't even dream. You literally had the Indian professor dude get his daughter-in-law, his black daughter-in-law offed. Literally paid somebody to off her. I'm not joking. Right? That's what's really out here. Chrissy ain't talking to y'all about that. The most y'all have gotten is every once in a while when they're beefing with each other, they'll tell the real. Like when Paris Malone was like, y'all hate black men more than y'all love black women. That applies to her too, by the way. But that was a real comment she made. Or when Chrissy was essentially saying to divested zealot, y'all will do anything to get back at black men. That was a real comment. Chrissy might be full of shit, but that was a real comment she made at that point. For those of you that didn't hear me earlier, I will be using profanity this morning. Cover your kids' ears, put their headphones on. Right? PK, why did I look down? PK said, how dare you try to be the social worker for actuality? Damage beyond repair, people. Indigo Flow, for real. Indigo Flow said, better go get you a East Indian, West Indian, snatch up a Trini or Guyanese, and make little Douglas babies. That's your best bet. Seriously though, if you just so hell bent, see sisters, I'll actually give y'all to see other because these other women don't fucking know what they're talking about. I'll actually give y'all the real. Indigo Flow's right. If you're really so hell bent on ending up with a East Asian dude, you better go find you one of the Jamaican cats, one of the Trinis, Guyanese cats, maybe the handful of them that might be in the USVI, right? Because those are the ones that's most likely to be with a black woman for real, right? Actually, I have two ex-coworkers that were Caribbean Indians that actually had black. One had a black ex-wife and one had a black wife. So Indigo Flow is right. That's your best bet. But the Indian Indians, the India Indians, the Sri Lankans, the freaking Bangladeshis, oh hell no. Hell, no matter how dark they are, hell no. The Hassan Minaj looking Indian cats, yeah right. Or Pakistanis, nope. Right? You think Paris Malone knew that? Hell no. Huh? You think Real Talk with Yanni knew what I just told y'all? Hell no. But they know how to sell you on black men ain't ish though. Real Talk with Yanni actually had the nerve to make a video going at Dr. Umar Johnson. Right? PK said I'm scared to get clapped in a racing game. Oh, PK, man, man, my hours has been insane, bro. Insane. I can't tell you the last time I actually turned on my well, no, that's a lot. I turned on my Xbox like a week ago. But before that, my PlayStation, dust. Dust. Right? It's you know, like I said in the title, for the ladies, I'm really trying to get y'all mind right because what's coming down the pike, oh, not even down the pike, we're here. It's just going to get a little bit worse progressively. Right? We're in it. Right? We're in it. The stagflation, the K-shaped recovery is happening now. We're in it. right? You're in automation. You're in it now, both for software and hardware. You're living it now. They're coming for your cubicle jobs. That Atlas shrug, it's happening. Those same white dudes that y'all looking up to and y'all want to marry, they're snatching up everything off the table, including from the same middle class white dudes that you would have actually ended up with if they weren't so damn racist. Who's telling y'all that? To all the black women that's gonna listen to this later, y'all gonna sneak and listen to this, right? Who's telling you that? Name them. Even Selkis Ray, who kind of fashions herself as being more realistic, is she telling y'all that? Who's saying that to you? Who? All of those women over there. Hashtag black women. Who? Which one of these women are shit? Throw Themis and thought in there. He want to be part of them too. Which one of them is telling y'all the real? I'll give Kim from For Harriet that. Like I said in a previous video, or a couple times actually, that's one thing she did say. It's interesting to see as we kind of go through this situation financially in the country, more and more like kind of black women in luxury talk. It's drugs. This is damn near Chinese opium. Right? Keep them psychologically medicated on hopeism. Right? I don't know why I turned off the car in Florida with this goddamn heat already, y'all. Already. It's not even 8 o'clock. That was smart. Right? Mrs. Yona, what he was thinking of turning off the car, turning off the AC because the sun wasn't fully out yet. Right? I forgot what state I live in and what part of the state I live in. Right? It's, I'm gonna come to a close soon. I kind of feel for these women, the younger ones, the impressionable ones, the lonely ones, the desperate ones, the mad ones. Right? I can't do nothing with you. Y'all, almost all of y'all are broken beyond repair. But, okay, I'll give you a prime example of what I'm saying. And I think Chrissy missed it when she did the review. Chrissy reviewed Get Out when it came out, right? Get Out, the movie. And one of her gripes was that there was no positive point for black women, right? Because she was talking about the main character's mom and how she passed. And, and she was like, she didn't see a representation of a positive ending for black women. And I was like, I remember she felt like the movie was saying, like, you got to leave black women behind, black man. And she kind of dug into what's his name, the producer, Peel, for that, right? She kind of dug into him for that. And she might have a point with that, but I was thinking to myself at the time, because Chrissy she was pretty bad at that time, but she wasn't as bad as she is now with some of this content. And I remember thinking to myself, But have you ever considered how y'all sound and what y'all do? And like for some of you, it really like there is nothing black men can. Chrissy, a black man can't do nothing with you, right? Even if he tried, even if he was a good, the way, the personality that you show on YouTube, if that's the real you, what can somebody do with Real Talk with Yanni if that's the real her? We're assuming that's the real her, that she, with all that crazy facial expression and all the extra sass. What can a black man, a man, period, because white men ain't eating that. Let me say this very clear for sisters, because y'all, no one's saying this to you. Black men know this because we kind of feel it too. That sass makes us want to fuck you because it feels good to feel like we tamed you. But niggas ain't trying to marry the extra sass. It's like a wild horse that a nigga feel like he breaking. And when I say nigga, I mean man. Especially the white dudes. All that extra sass is cute. When you in the law office and you one line in him, he want to fuck, but he not trying to marry that. So the real who what can anyone do with Real Talk with Yanni if that's the real her? I'm not saying Real Talk with Yanni it doesn't get dates. I'm not even saying that she might not even be in a relationship right now. But that right there, you can't turn that into a wife. And if you try, that divorce is coming, nigga. My parents have been married for 37 years next May. My girl's parents have been married for 41 or 2 years ish. I have plenty of 3 and 4 decade, 5 decade long marriages around me. So I know of what I speak. W Red Pill 24 says, I'm Trini. Most of them Indians back home still aren't trying to mix. It could happen, but still not accepted in the Trini Indian communities. I know about the hierarchy in the Caribbean communities, right? But I'm saying their best bet would be that. So even understand what we're saying. The South Asians that now call the Caribbean home are your best bet, and they still ain't having it. So you could just imagine the ones in India, in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, in Sri Lanka, right? And God forbid they're a Brahmin Indian. Huh? Okay. Right? They're colorist as hell to their own Indian women. But who's telling y'all that? Who? Let me get this right. LA County is huge as hell, right? All different races of people in LA County, including East Asians and some South Asians, obviously. Definitely all in the Bay Area, there's South Asians, tech industry, and whatever. Where are all the interracial marriages? Black women, tell me it's because you're too loyal to black men. Go ahead. Go ahead. Y'all got a county of damn near every race on the planet in one county in America. Where are all the Asian dudes and white dudes and Latino dudes breaking down black women's door? Some Latinos dudes, yes. Some white dudes, when I say some, it's still like 1-2%. Yes. But the South and East Asians, pff. And black women, I want to be very clear. Obviously, I only date black women. So this is not about attacking black women's look or even their weight and shape, not particularly in this segment of the video. It is to say, yes, they are that racist. That is what I'm saying, though. Those South Asian dudes can't even marry white women like that. They family be looking at them sideways. I'm not saying that they won't. I'm not saying that they're not, it's not more acceptable to marry a white woman than it is a black woman, but they family still be looking at them sideways when they bring home a white girl. And they're going to bring home a black girl? All right. No, because, okay, you could have an issue with the black manosphere. You could say we're misogynoir, like I said before. But you can't deny that we're actually presenting facts and history and data, not just about relationships, though. Not just to kind of skew our subscribers' view of black women. We're bringing in data about everything. We're talking numbers on everything. Right? We're talking about the Ukraine-Russia war. We're talking about inflation. We're talking about the laying flat young people in China. We're talking about that decreasing birth rate in China, Japan, South Korea, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, the whole planet. We're talking about Brazil, Lula versus Bolsonaro and what it's going to look like under Lula's second term. Right? We're talking about the grain shortage. We're talking about the economic war between America and China. Right? We're talking about that. Where are your content creators talking about any of that? Like ever. And how it affects you as a black person. See, we're not just talking about that just to be talking about it. Sometimes. But how does it then affect black men? How is what is going on in China affect black men? The domino that falls from all over there, how does it then impact me right here? Right? How does it affect me right here in America? Which I don't hear that from any of those whenever I peek in. Maybe I just keep missing it. It's possible. I'm not all over their channel like that, especially the lives that they delete. It's possible. But based off of their content, I doubt it. Based off their community tab, I doubt it. And so let me tell you why that matters. They're going to continue to sell you on delusion. They're going to continue to sell you on the lottery dreams. And you're going to get older and older and more miserable and more stuck in your ways and still single. And a year is going to turn to 5 years, is going to turn to a decade. All right? I wonder if your favorite content creator is watching Richard Wolff, right? Or Yanis Varoufakis, or Zizek, right? I wonder. Noam Chomsky is still alive, barely. Or Noam Chomsky. Or even any conservatives. Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens. Are they even watching them? Okay, don't even be on some lefty stuff. Are they even watching them? Right? The Peter Thiel lackeys. Are they even watching those? Are your favorite content creators even watching those people? Right? To kind of put into context for you the life you're living, what's going on, when to panic, when it's not really your fault, when it is your fault, the environment, the ever changing environment. Right? Y'all say what y'all want about Kevin. Kevin showed you the clip of what was going on in South Korea. Right? That clip was old. Kevin showed it to y'all. Say what you want about him. Which one of your favorite content creators brought that up? None of them. Right? Y'all clapped it up for the report that said men feel are reporting a epidemic of loneliness and whatnot. Y'all laughed it up, not even realizing how it affects you, dumbass. It's not in a vacuum. Less men having sex means more of y'all are not having sex, and then y'all, the ones that of y'all that are having sex with the same dudes. And it's not just the sex, it's everything that comes with it. The intimacy, all the emotions, all the butterflies. But you too busy trying to laugh it up at men feeling lonely. Without pausing and be like, wait a minute, what does that mean for me as a woman? You can't be that myopic. I mean, you can be that myopic, but then you got to deal with the consequences of being that myopic. Looking at the world through a straw, right? Jamil said, "Don't forget sharing STIs too." uh for real though, right? PK Angel says they categorically reject any changes in the immediate environment until it affects them directly, and even then they don't generally analyze it in any deep way. From my observation, I would tend to agree with that. I would tend to agree with that. Indigo Flow said they definitely can be that myopic. That it's just not smart. It's not smart. Screw everything else. Screw like and you notice when I have these conversations, when I speak to the women, I'm like, all right, screw the men. You don't even care about the men. Fine, the men don't matter. Yes, Dr. Thunder, and I am gonna do that. By the way, shout out to Dr. Thunder. We got Dr. Thunder in here, right? I've just been super busy, Mr. Z, and talking about that. Oh, y'all are lazy and y'all don't work and y'all are bums. You know how many hours Mr. Z put in over the past 2 weeks? Let's do the math. Let's do the math. Let's do the math. Your average person is putting in between 64 to 80 hours a week. 80 hours every 2 weeks. So 64 to 80 hours every 2 weeks, right? Mr. Z clocks about 130 every 2 weeks, right? 65 plus 65, right? Over these past 2 weeks, Mr. Z did like 145. Right? By the way, that's why I'm always recording in the car, because I'm always on the move. Right? That's why I find these tropes laughable. People just don't know what they're talking about. Once again, over here we're saying some real. It might come off depressing, but I'm talking about to a bunch of people that don't even want to watch news. We live in the time of the internet. You're not beholden to watching ABC or CBS or NBC, Fox, CNN or MSNBC. You're not stuck there anymore. I click y'all thumbnails. I see what y'all subscribe to for those of you that don't have it private. Y'all not subscribed to none of this, nothing that informs you about what's going on around the world. Makeup tutorials, luxury stuff, people, black women and other women opening expensive ass bags, right? New products, pop culturist stuff, right? Swirler divester relationship stuff, interracial couple stuff. Yeah, I click y'all. I see what y'all on, what y'all watching, or at least what y'all like. Some R&B and pop music stuff. Alternative pop music stuff, or alternative rock music, excuse me, stuff. But outside of that, nothing. Right? And what y'all got to show for it? A couple of hours when y'all clapping it up for each other in the comments for Real Talk with Yanni or Chrissy. Y'all get to commiserate with each other. And that's the highlight of your day. Escapism, yes, Indigo Flow, exactly. Escapism. That's all these people have turned social media into. Escapism. Every once in a while they look something up when they have to for school or something like that. It's the TV on steroids. The internet, social media, because of the internet and because of obviously fast internet, right? High-speed internet has turned your cell phone into a big escapism tool. You don't make eye contact with people anymore, right? You don't engage in conversation anymore. You don't challenge your ideas anymore. You find like minds from around the world, get into your echo chambers with them, regurgitate the same BS crap to them. I mean, we've had black women that have said like, yo, I made one comment out of line in these spaces and they took my head off. I made one comment pretty much saying I don't think black men are the worst thing in the universe, and they took my head off. It makes the hive model that the nameless protagonist speaks about seem so much more credible, right? It seems so much more credible. It's so much more real. Because if what we're doing is coalescing around 10 or 15% at max 20% of men we actually find appealing in that way, that we can actually tolerate. All right, there's that. Then we demand other women adhere to our concepts of men and of women, okay? then we already have more and more women becoming, practice celibacy if they even had sex anyway. I mean, more and more women. That's why I bring up Kim from For Harriet's comment section and Khadijah's comment section, where so many of these women were saying they haven't had sex in so many years, or they're virgins well into their 20s, late 20s. I mean, if we already have that now, then, you know, and we're in 2022. And remember, the economy of Morgan Stanley, like I said earlier, already told you 45% of women are going to be single and childless. Ladies, they ain't looking good. Somebody got to start a channel talking the real. Someone. We have contrarian channels, that they're not part of the Black Manosphere, but we contradict each other in the Black Manosphere. We have real vigorous debates. We have real vigorous debates in the Black Manosphere. Then we got other people that they're not part of this, but they make content just getting at us all day, every day. Black men. Do y'all have that? In real number? Which I got Shay Sade in them? But then y'all have Mahogany Pink essentially saying Shay Sade was an ant, not worth her time. You create delusional content, ego stroking, placating content, and you got the nerve to call somebody else essentially an ant. I don't remember if she said that exactly. I'm just saying that's the sentiment. Calling them pick-me's and mammies. And your entire channel is dedicated to black men ain't ish, go date out. And you talking about pick-me's and mammies. Alrighty then. Better you, exactly. Better you said they're fem cells. I need to make a fem cell video. I need to make a video on that because that is what it is. That is what it is. And congratulations, Better You. My brother graduated with his master's degree. What's going on, Spain, man? I ain't even gonna read that comment, Spain, man. I'm not even gonna read that comment. I hear you though. I hear you though. Right? I don't. I think I kind of belabored the point a little a little too long, but I think at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, once again, shout out to the black women that are subscribed to me, that listen to me, that understand that Mr. Z doesn't hate black women. You know, the brother said, W Red Pill 24 says 65 hours. Damn, you really are Caribbean. Yeah, a week. Yeah, on average. Not even on average. I've worked 65 hours a week. And like it could get way higher than that depending on different things that's going on. But yeah. Yeah, right. So, I mean, and I still maintain a relationship and everything. You know? I guess I was gonna say be just. I guess Jason Black is right. Like, you get a man for no other reason than at least he's a workhorse. uh right. And I mean, it kind of speaks to that. How many of you ladies willing to do this? And I'm not sitting down and I'm not in an office, right? I did that at one point in my life, but I'm not sitting down. I'm not in an office. How many of y'all want to eat that? 130 hours every 2 weeks. Not 64, Not 80, right? But 130. And that's normal. And then it could go up to 150 because I've done it. And still have a YouTube channel. Right? Is Real Talk with Yanni talking to y'all about that? No. Paris Milan? No. Cynthia G? No. Real Talk with Yanni pretty much telling y'all, if this dude ain't upper middle class or rich or above, you might as well stay by yourself. Alrighty then. Miss Meat said, only 65 hours? Right? These people ain't even talk. Okay, if the criticism was the criticism, but they were at least giving y'all the environment, but that's the thing, that those two things can't occupy the same space. Because if these women were really telling y'all, hey, bro, this is what's coming down the pike. This is what's going on now. Inflation is kicking people in the butt like 20%. This is what it is. If they were at least doing that, if they were doing that, then they couldn't still sell y'all on black men ain't ish. See, if they were telling y'all about the environment, then they would eventually get to the place where, oh crap, white dudes and Latino dudes are feeling the pain right now. And then conversely, you could not say black men ain't ish. You can't talk about white boys suspension in a vacuum. Being suspended from school in a vacuum. You can't talk about the largest drop off in college enrollment has been white young men and then still say black men ain't ish in the same sentence. You can't. So that's why they don't talk to y'all about the real. You can't say the median income for men in America is some $42,000 a year, not average, but median, right? You can't say 60% of Americans can't afford $1,000 emergency and then still say black men ain't ish at the same. You can't. I mean, you can, but you're gonna look real foolish. I mean, I guess those people don't have a problem with that, right? Right? These people aren't even talking to y'all about the house prices and how insane this thing has gotten with the Black Rocks of the world buying up all these houses in certain cities in the country. They're literally buying up 50% of houses. Right? They're literally buying 50% of the houses on the market to keep them on the renters market in perpetuity. See, when you say that, it's real hard to also say, and black men ain't ish. And it's better for you to be single than couple up with one of these air quotes dusties. See, Paris Milan can't do that. Paris Milan, Real Talk with Yeti, they can't do that. Chrissy can't do that. Real Talk with Yeti can't do that. They can't tell y'all the real like that and then tell y'all to still hold out for the upper middle class and rich white dude or the ballerific black dude. That's why they don't tell y'all the real. Right? They don't tell y'all they gotta sell y'all on hopeism. They have to sell y'all on hopeism. I get it. And y'all eat that. Once again, like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Better uses. Government legislation is going to have to address that. It's ridiculous the number of single family homes that's vacant because big corporations bought them. Bruh, bruh. But you know the government's always slow to react. Maybe we get a piece of legislation in the next 2 decades when we're all already living on the renter's market. See, first of all, we're engaging in what I'm saying right now. Because I'm about to read Eric's comment in right now. We're engaging in they talking about that over there? No. Eric Dudman says, Eric, is it Deadman or Deadman? Or am I pronouncing it wrong both ways? Um, we are staring down a recession worse than 2008, and they are talking about black women in luxury when the median income for black women is 35,000. Delusional, bruh. PK says, yeah, we are in danger. This is highly problematic, bro. Bruh. Y'all see what I'm saying? And thank you, Eric. Exactly, bro. We are staring down 2008 in worse recession, and these people are talking about black women in luxury. Chrissy literally put out the video what 2-3 days ago now, interviewing all these women that's kind of they married into money, essentially. Do y'all understand the level of, like, I'm saying schizophrenic, like somewhat being comical when I say it, but like I'm telling y'all that some of y'all girl cousins, like they're gonna break in front of y'all, bro. Some of y'all sisters, some of y'all nieces, y'all got. But okay. I was speaking to one of my cousins a couple weeks ago, and he was saying stuff, and I was like, bruh, like this is a college educated brother, stable as hell, been stable since his early 20s, doing good for himself, been married for 2 decades now, or just about 2 decades now, right? Him and his wife are good. Own their own home, been owning their own home for a while, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Low key, like somewhat like tinfoil hatish stuff going on, and I'm telling y'all, like, y'all are gonna start seeing that more and more from some of the brothers too, but definitely the sisters. And I think you're gonna lean, bro. Where is Nameless when you need him, right? Toya, like, give me the time in the day. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have time, Toya, between. Let's try to schedule something for around the. Email me, Toya. You got my email. Email me. Yeah, email me, because I'm gonna have some time around from about the 10th, excuse me, to the 13th ish, maybe 14th, somewhere around there. So email me. Yeah. But yeah, damn, I lost my train of thought. Y'all tell me what I was saying again, because I was going somewhere nice. Um, but yeah, oh yeah, the inflation thing. Like, y'all are selling women on this luxury thing. Like, and I'm saying we're gonna have sisters like really psychological, like going off. It was one of these channels that like talk to. They have a lot of videos on Instagram. One of these channels that talk to the sisters, they bring them on to the channel. They were talking about relationships and stuff, and one of the sisters started snapping, and she stood up and she was being loud and like just uncontrollable, right? And I'm like, we're gonna start seeing more of that. We're gonna, like, I want y'all to be careful. I'm not doing the rage porn or the fear porn thing that Paris Milan does. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not going there. What I am saying though, the sisters hitting they man with cars, the the sisters trying to stab their boyfriends, their husbands, not so much their husbands, but their boyfriends, or the little kind of, sneaky link they got. That's gonna be more of a thing, right? Y'all remember the football player brother? I don't know his name. The brother that the Persian chick killed years ago, right? Y'all remember that story? The football player. I think he was retired at that point. But he was dealing with some little. He was married too, but he was dealing with some 21, 22 year old Persian chick, and then he was about to pull everything from her. He was pretty much like, okay, you've enjoyed your times. It's time to go. It's time for me to kind of end this. And she killed him in his sleep. She bought a gun. She killed him in his sleep. What I'm saying, and it actually happened in South Florida. A brother tried to break up with one of these sisters, and she killed him. Right? Steve McNair. I think that's who I'm talking about. Indigo Flow and Eric. Yeah, Steve McNair. Like, everybody keep, men can't deal with rejection. Shit. Right? What we potentially, I said it on a previous video. Ladies, y'all might be so far gone, even the niggas that want to save you, not gonna be able to. And when I say so far gone, I'm not only talking about economically, because some of y'all are swimming in debt out there, yin yang. And it's not just student loan debt, that consumer debt, because y'all trying to keep up with the Joneses, right? Be deep into the 5 figures, right? But also, y'all are gonna be so psychologically gone, so mentally gone. Brothers, even the ones that want to save one of y'all, you know what? She's cute. Yeah, okay, she got a kid from somebody already. Yeah, she a baby mama. Let me see. Oh crap, that first date, this bitch is crazy, and it's done, just like that. As a matter of fact, you know how many brothers been in that situation? You know she cute. I'ma overlook all those red flags and still go out on a date with her. First date, second date. Oh yeah, this bitch is crazy. I'm done. Bro, Indigo Flow, that credit card debt be deep, bro. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, $20,000 in credit card debt. Then 50, 60, $70,000 in student loan debt. $80,000 in student loan debt. 120 in student loan debt. Somebody tell me I'm making that up. These sisters be walking around here sometimes $100,000 in debt between school and consumer debt, calling you a dusty. Living at home with a family member, driving a 10-year-old Toyota Corolla, calling you a dusty. Someone tell me I'm lying. Listening to all these content creators insult you, belittle you as a black man because you're a black man. Right? Calling you a dusty. Calling you a loser. Insulting you because you don't have a degree or something. You don't have a college degree. Right? Saying no struggle, love. Lady, you're in the struggle already. You're in the struggle already. Right? What's the percentage of people under the age of 30? They said at one point it was me that they said was living at home with their parents. Now now I'm seeing reports they got to revise it. People well into 35 years old at home with their parents. I'm a black man born and raised in America. I know the struggle. I don't even, y'all notice I don't ever go in on black people for that. But I do look at the sister sideways when you calling somebody dusty and you living at home with the peoples at 34, 33 years old. You got the unmitigated gall to say no struggle love and what you not gonna settle for. In a video, I'm looking at that African sister talking about what you ain't gonna settle for, and I look in the background and I can see the family portrait in the stairwell, and I know you standing in the middle of your goddamn parents' living room. Oops. You talking about I ain't marrying for love, and I'm looking around in the video, and you're standing in the middle of your parents' dining room. You're in your parents' house telling us what you ain't gonna do. All right, lady. Lucky for you, you're African. You can maybe get wifed up by one of them lame ass Nigerian niggas. And by the way, to all my Nigerian brothers, I'm not going in on y'all. I'm just saying the square Nigerians, the simp Nigerians is extra simp. So maybe she could get one of them. And y'all could be married on paper until one of y'all die, but y'all been broke up after that first 10 years. Because, by the way, to all the ADOS people, let me give y'all one of the secrets. And this is for everybody. This is not just a black Caribbean or black African thing. Half of these people still be married on paper. Yes, they still live in the same house, but they've been done broke up and not been having sex and not been doing nothing with each other except showing up to certain functions with each other for like 10, 15 years. Right? They occasionally talk to each other when they're stuck in the kitchen with each other. Maybe eat Thanksgiving dinner with each other. Play the game. But they really ain't really like all that lovey-dovey relationship marriage thing. Yeah, they haven't been that in like 15, 20 years. Right? Dr. Thunder says SK from Love is Blind season 3. I haven't seen it, so I'm just saying. PK Angel says, no struggle of meanwhile $100,000 in debt, living with parents, hoping for a lick or come up. Yeah. Yep. Okay, Dr. Thunder, you're not by yourself. Oh, okay. Nigerian simp. Okay, Dr. Thunder. Toya says she saw it. Or she's seen it. Right? What is Mr. Z saying? This is a long ass video. Ladies, you got to get your mind right. I'm saying this to that 15 to 30% of black women that watch me. Right? Because it's hovering, right? Like, it's interesting. Like, for those of you that didn't catch the beginning, and somebody could explain this to me, maybe. But when I look at my analytics, it's showing like per video, it'll show me that no black woman is really watching a video, but then in a month I'll have 50, well, it actually is 17, but I'm saying 15. It'll be 17% of my viewers were women, or 22 or 25 or 27%, right? So that's what I find interesting. If so many videos have 0 or 0.5 or something weird, right? 8% or something like that, women watching a video, how does it accumulate to 27% in a month or 17% in a month, right? So I'm speaking to those subscribers. Right? I would like to direct y'all to Trail Bentley's comment. Get your mind right. I'm also thinking about the Jeezy joint that came out. What album was that? Was that Trap or Die? That was Trap or Die, right? That was Trap or Die? I think so. I ain't gonna say the whole lyric of the whole hook of the song, but for those of you that know what song I'm talking about, but "Get Your Mind Right" was definitely part of the hook, right? Indigo Flow says, "I know a Haitian chick right now in a similar flow. I mean, a similar. I said similar flow, in a similar predicament, brother. I know a few of them, and some of them make good money too. Some of them make good money." Living at home with the peoples. I could kind of understand that. If your peoples don't have a problem with you, right? They're not the most annoying parents on the planet. There's really no point in going to get an apartment. And your parents are not gonna they're not treating you like you're 16 years old. You come home late at night and they're like, where have you been? Right? If they're not doing that to you, it's really like outside of just claiming that you're an adult and you pay your own bills, there's at least for me, especially in these times, there's really no point in having an apartment just to claim you have your own apartment and you live by yourself. Like if we're gonna be real and be adults about this and really think about if you have no children, you have no spouse or significant other, it's not that you can't maintain yourself. You're making some 60, 50, 60, 70, 80 grand a year, right? Paying some $1,500 plus on a one bedroom apartment just to have your own place, yeah. Which comes up to what? What's that? That's 15 for 10 months. That's another, that's what? $18,000 in a year for a one bedroom just to claim that you have your own place? Yeah, no. That's one thing. I'll give people a pass on that one. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. And that's 15, but it all depends on the city, right? 1,200 a month to $1,500 a month to maybe even $1,800 a month on a one bedroom apartment just to claim you have your own place. Yeah, no. Just to be like, I'm grown. I'll pay my own bills. Yeah, no. No. I'm sorry. J-Lo, 980 in Chicago? Shit. I wish in Miami. Nigga, I wish in Miami. I wish. Not down here. Shit. In the Tri-County area, unless you in the hood, unless you're in the hood, bruh, you not finding 2 bedrooms? Nah. Nope. 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 Not in the not Dade, West Palm, and Broward County. Definitely not Dade County. No way. Unless you're in the hood. Right. Oh, okay. Jay looks at it. All right. He said, but it's in a bad neighborhood. All right. Because right now, in Dade and Broward County, if you're trying to get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, and not even we're not talking about luxurious apartments, ladies and gentlemen. We are not even saying luxurious apartments, luxury apartments, right? We're talking about a okay apartment. You looking at 15 for a 1-bedroom right now in Dade and Broward County, South Florida, right? A 15. If you talk once you creep into the cheapest, you will find a okay 2-bedroom is about 18 right now. That's the cheapest about right now for a 2-bedroom okay apartment that's not too far out. Right? I am so jealous, Trell Bentley. Trell Bentley said he paying $1,200 mortgage. I am jealous. You can't even get a 1-bedroom. Well, okay. If you're lucky, you can maybe scrape through with an okay-ish, maybe not in the greatest neighborhood. You definitely can't have a car like a Z outside in the wilderness for $1,200. Maybe if you can make like on the lower end of okay, right? But a house right now, 12, there's no way. There's no way. Ain't no way. You not get, yeah, no, no. A 3-2 with a garage, a, 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 a 3-2 with a garage house right now in South Florida, you're nowhere in the ones. You're just, that's just not a thing. That's not a thing. So if you're lucky, 250-ish and above, maybe. Right. The house is going to be about 250,000, and in that environment, you got. And I'm gonna tie this back to the subject. And in that environment, you have all these black women in luxury, divester, swirler, content creators, gassing black women. You got black women talking about no struggle love, right, and luxury dating in that environment. People needing their parents to come through with 20, 30, 40, 50 racks so they can outcompete the other people for homes. Even white people is getting beat up by other white people in this environment because they don't have $30,000 sitting around because mom and dad or grandparents or aunts and uncles can't front them $30,000, $40,000 to outcompete the others. And you talking about no struggle love. All right. Uh, Let me read this comment. PK. PK says I was talking to older folks 45 plus talking about they were paying mortgage $600 for mortgage back in 2016 at ATL when I went to do my taxes and was having a mental breakdown, upset at life. Bro, it's not even comparable. It's not even compare. You can't. It's not, bro. $600. You paying $600 on a car note. Nowadays, you paying $600 on a car note. Forget a mortgage. You paying $600 on a car note. If you want entry level luxury car, used luxury car. Let me say that again. Entry level used luxury cars right now. So we talking about C class Benzes, Infiniti Q50s, Cadillac ATSs, what else? BMW 3 Series. From about 2018-ish and up, you still looking at 400 and something dollar car price. I mean, used car prices for about $400 a month at one of these, mom and pop dealerships or even CarMax. Dr. Thunder, I'm gonna need your address for research purposes. I'm about to steal that Explorer. Dr. Thunder says just bought a Ford Explorer cash, no note. Congratulations, Dr. Thunder. That's wild. Right. Because shit, the rest of us, yeah, right. Me and one of my close friends were just talking about this earlier because we're like, every man needs a truck, especially in the South, especially if you own a home, you moving stuff, you sprucing up your house, you trying to do as much of it by yourself and not hire a contractor. And then we're just talking about truck prices, and it was like ridiculous. Right. Well, Dr. Thunder, you're a lame. You're a black man. You're a black man that doesn't have a lottery ticket attached to your rear end. Right? But even those guys are getting labeled lame by these delusional ass people right now. All right, Trill. A new Sierra, the GMC joint. All right, 70. bro. Okay, so the Nissan Titan, um, there was a Cummins diesel, turbo diesel they sold them for, I think from like 2016, maybe 2017 to about 2019. They stopped it because it wasn't selling like hotcakes like the Ford F Series or the Dodge or the Silverados. And I want one because y'all know I'm a big Japanese guy, but I like everything. But I'm big on Japanese vehicles, particularly Nissans. So if I had to get a truck right now, it would be a used Nissan um, Cummins diesel, which is like the 5.0 turbo diesel, because I gotta have a turbo anything, right? There's only like two cars that I would buy right now that's not turbo. But anyway, so if anything, I would want that turbo diesel Titan. Bro, you ain't looking at these cars. The newest one they stopped making over 2 years ago, and you still can't look at any one of them for less than 30 something thousand, 35, 37, 40 plus $1,000. $45,000 for a truck they discontinued because it wasn't selling like hotcakes. Right? And I want turbo because I want to do hood rat things with my friends. Right? It's just the sound. I love it. And the thrust, and in Florida we still pollute. Right? We're not you guys in California and the West Coast that with your emissions tests, right? So over here they still be blowing out black diesel, right? I wouldn't do it, but chunking coal, right? That's why you have smokestacks over here where they put the exhaust through the trunk and just a dude to gas it, and he'll gas it and you'll get tire smoke. So you get the white smoke from the tires and then the black smoke from the smokestack. Yeah, PK. Bro, the Z right now, I got lucky. I got lucky. Y'all don't understand. If you're not into like enthusiast cars, y'all don't know. Like, if the car prices are insane and home prices are insane, look at enthusiast car prices. It's like PK was saying, like, it's criminal. It's criminal. Anything that's cool from the early 2000s, the 90s, the late 80s, the prices have gone through the roof. There are cars that I remember. I was looking at a 300ZX twin turbo, automatic. It had 85,000 miles. It went for $8,500 to what? We're in 2022, 2019. That same car now that went for $8,500 in 2019 is a $18,000 car, only because it's automatic. If it was manual, that would be a $30,000 car. Maybe not 30. I'm exaggerating. I'm doing too much. 25,000 though. Definitely 8,500 miles. Clean title, manual. Yeah, $25,000 car. And we're talking about a car that was a 92. Yeah. And in this environment, you got certain sisters, black women, among some of the poorest group of people in America, calling you a dusty, talking about no struggle love and what they're not gonna settle for. I'm not on the beggars can't be choosers thing. I want to be careful. Like, I think that black women can exercise their options, and just because you're in the struggle doesn't mean you have to like date a bum. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is the delusional talk y'all talk. Like, there's no way that all of Chrissy's subscribers, or even most of them, all of Paris Milan subscribers, or even most of them, all of Cynthia G subscribers, or even most of them, are doing spectacular. They're all not even 50, $60,000 a year plus people. There's no way. The math don't matter. There's no way. So somebody's lying. So when y'all say no Dusties and I'm not selling it for this, somebody's fronting. Oh yeah, I saw Spain Man. I covered that. Spain Man says, you know, Abba and Preach did a video showing that young white women were just as delusional with relation to men and their income. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I mean, Kevin covered it. You know, rest in peace, Kevin. Kevin covered it, right? Abba and Preach recently covered it. I covered their video covering that, right? I think I titled it they just don't understand money or something like that. These women were talking about $100,000 being the baseline. They tell dollars, millies. You gotta sit back and look at and these Gordon Gekko greed is good white dudes like y'all have screwed the world. Y'all daughters are insane. And when I say y'all daughters, I mean young women in general, not just white women or black. Young women under the age of 30, I'm sorry, under the age of 45. I'm pretty sure some of the older brothers would be like, shit, under the age of 60. But under the age of 45, when it comes to money, and then the younger you get, the more delusional they are. So from 45 to 35, they're insane. From 35 to 25, they're clinically insane. And 25 to 18, they need to be in a straitjacket. When it comes to money and status in life, it's comical to listen to women, young black women talk about money. It's comical. Trail Bentley says most modern American women all think just the same. The only difference is baby hairs and hair hats. They're insane. Once again, Morgan Stanley, 45% of them are going to be childless and single by 2030. I want y'all to understand. Y'all notice like Mr. Z channel has a theme? Because people are going to be like, what the hell? By 2030, everybody's going to be like, what in the... Excuse my language. Remember, I'm using profanity today. What in the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Because you can't maintain a society with what we're saying. The social unrest is going to be unreal. The social unrest is going to be unreal. And the elites, mainly white men, are laughing it all the way to the bank. They got what they wanted. Let me make this very clear for all the women listening. This is even really about you. This is, oh God, I'm about to sound like a Marxist. This is really class warfare. The rich white elite men didn't know what to do with the civil rights movement, with the labor rights movement, with the LGBTQ movement, with the feminist movement coming out of the 1960s. And they said, we're going to turn all of y'all against each other. We're going to squeeze y'all for money and have y'all infighting. And guess what happened? Now you got working class and even poor black women or black women that came from those backgrounds telling you they ain't settling and calling you as a black man who might even earn more than them, who probably earn more than them, and who's definitely in less debt than them. They're calling you a dusty. Go figure. Ah, Spain Man said Venus flytrap lashes. Whenever they blink with those lashes, I just hear a camera shutter. Trail Bentley said the proletariat must rise. I mean, while you bullshitting, yes. I'm not all the way on the Marxist train or the communist train. I can't be. I don't believe in no philosopher king crap, and I wouldn't give that power to anyone or any group of people, right? Like, I don't believe any of us are that. This lady can back up, bro. Look, bro. You got a whole reverse camera, bro. What are you doing? No wonder you got a scratch on your car, bro. You can't drive. You can't rear. Bro, But, bruh, these people can't drive. They can't, bruh, they can't parallel park or park with backup cameras. This lady almost hit my car. Oh, who give y'all licenses? I swear y'all get y'all licenses from the flea market. I swear y'all get them from the flea market. Y'all pay for them. There's no way, right? But yeah, no, I mean, like I was saying, yeah, the class warfare thing is real. I mean, Atlas Shrugged. Like these people literally did. Ayn Rand wrote the book, and then like we watched it play out. Excuse me. If you're BGS Black Uru age, you literally watch Atlas Shrugged play out throughout your life. You literally watched it play out. You literally watched the Chicago boys come in with Carter and definitely with Reagan, and then start snatching all the benefits off the table and financialize everything, every part of American life. Oh crap! It wasn't a lady. Okay. It's an older black man. Now I feel a little bit, It's an older brother. If it was an older sister, I would have felt the same type of remorse. I'm sorry. Right. Boy, that debt to income ratio for real, Indigo. Right? This money thing is real. This class thing, and everybody, y'all ever watch when like mainly on Fox News, they're like class warfare. These people are trying to engage in class warfare. First of all, it's not class warfare. It's class bullying in the rich one. The rich won. The rich started throwing punches first. By the time everybody else realized what was going on, the rich already flipped you over and took all your change. They already snatched all your change out your pocket. They won. It's not a class war. There's no back and forth. There's no exchange. They won. Indigo Floss and talk about punching down. For real. They won. Right? You ever seen somebody sneak punch a person, sucker punch? They won. Right? Better you said Florida man strikes again. And you're watching your everyday black woman regurgitate some weirdo black woman that don't even show her face. At least real talk with Yanni shows her face. We know what Paris Milan looks like. She showed her face back in the day, right? Kim from Poor Harriet shows her face. Julesy shows her face. Twee Noir and them show their face. Khadijah shows her face. But Chrissy, Mahogany Pink, Lexus Exodus, those neo-Nazis, well, Chrissy's not as far neo-Nazi as them. She a little bit more sane, just a little bit. There's a smidge. Distinction without a difference, yes, I know, right? But Mahogany Pinks and Lexus Exodus, those two neo-Nazis, oh boy. Right? Trail Bentley said, I tell my son, if someone comes too close, don't hesitate, just punch them in the throat. Fight's over. For real though. For real though, we'll sort it out in the principal's office later. We'll sort it out in the principal's office later. We'll use your suspension as vacation if it's justified. If it's not, that's your ass. But if it is, yeah. Jamil said rich people never get tired of punching down. Obvious, you would think like black women, bro. Y'all realize who we talking about? We're black women who not exactly like black men, but have been on the wrong side of the power dynamic since slavery. You would think they would have their mind right. And now they talking about luxury dating and sugar babying and how you a dusty and what they not gonna settle for. and not marrying for love and not gonna build with no man. Not only not gonna build a man, but not even gonna build with a man. Yeah, some of them are even on that with it. Right? Meanwhile, a sizable portion of those same women who are making those comments in these people's comment section are living at home with their parents or living at home with a relative or got a roommate. Right? Barely able to afford their baby Benz. When y'all hear me say baby Benz, just think any entry level luxury car. Once again, the C class, the CLAs, the whatever Beamer 3 series or now 2 series, right? Shit, what am I saying? Those girls is barely able to afford their Toyota Corollas, their Honda Civics, right? Let alone their entry-level luxury car. Because not many of them are driving around in a 5 Series. And the ones they can't afford are too old, so once it break, that's one thing I will say. Whoever their uncles are or their dads are, be telling them, oh, no, 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 no. You could maybe get the 3 Series, but don't get that 5 Series. First of all, Trail Billy, they don't make Tercels no more. They stopped making Tercels in like the 90s. Oh, the Toyota Tercel. Oh. And the go flow says, dog, I crack up inside every time you say baby Benz. I'm saying, it's not the big body Benz. I know we don't use terminology like that anymore, but I like saying it. Right? They definitely not driving around in no damn S-Class. What's the entry point for S-Classes? 100, 120? I know they don't. I know they're not driving around the S-Class. I think the entry price for S-Class is the S550s are like 100, 120. Spainman said, not the E-Class neither. Yeah, a few of them, but they older by the time they get an E-Class. If they got an E-Class new or even like second hand, but in nice condition, you know, pre-owned. Hey, Mr. Z is a car guy for real, for real. So I don't never make fun of people for buying a car second hand. I'm not about that life. If it's a car you really like there's cars I like the older generation more than the new generation. And if I had to buy it, I would much rather buy a nice clean older generation than the new one because I just like the way the older one looks, right? There's a couple of cars like that, right? But yeah, they don't. You're right. Like E-Classes, I think right now are starting off at like $55,000 or something like that, 60, starting. So yeah, they've not. And by the way, we didn't talk about dealer markup yet. We talk about retail, base retail price. We didn't talk about taxes and everything like that. If you walk in the door before options, looking at an E-Class that's probably around 55, 60, I mean, you're not gonna walk out the dealership at least 68, 70 plus ish $1,000. So that's why they're not driving around. That's why you don't see sisters with an E-Class until they damn near 45 plus. Right? PK said, don't worry, the repo man will be picking all those dim cars up soon. I'm telling you. Yeah. Because I live in South Florida, right? And South Florida is eclectic when it comes to cars. We don't have like lowriders too much down here like the West Coast, but donks, obviously in South Florida, we damn near the home of the donks. So you have brothers with they 771, 70, with they 7 Deuce, they 7 trays on 4s, 6s, 8s, 30s, um, G body, Oldsmobile Cutlasses and Monties, um, and Buick Regals, same thing. Um, and you got the sisters, right? Like I said, trying to get any type of luxury car. Right now, what's killing the streets is the Hood Bentley, which is that Hyundai Genesis. No, I'm sorry, not Hyundai Genesis. The Genesis GV80 SUV, which is the Hood Bentley truck. To me, it looks better than the Bentley truck, right? Even if I was balling out of control, I would rather have that over the Bentley truck. To me, it just looks better, and it comes with a 3.3 liter turbo engine. So yeah. I've I'm not a brand whore when it comes to cars. I'm just not. I've never been, right? You don't get cool points just because you pull up in an S-Class Benz for me, especially like, you know, I don't know, just there's other vehicles that I find more interesting than just the newest and latest and greatest from BMW, Benz, and Audi. I get why other people like them. I get it, but it just, especially growing up in South Florida, you see so many of them, you almost think you can afford it, right? But not only that, it's like it kind of desensitizes you to like, ooh, it's a Benz, ooh, yeah, no. I'm literally looking at a the Alpina B7 right now. I literally just seen a black one pull out. Right. For those of you that know, Alpina is kind of like a offshoot. It's not a. It's okay. It's not. Alpina takes BMWs and they modify them and they make them their own, right? So I essentially what I just saw was a BMW 6 Series 4-door, right? Oh, I'm sorry, not the 6. Yeah, the 6 Series because it was not. It was in the 8. It was before. So a 6 Series 4-door that Alpina modified, and then they call it the B7. Or is it? Yeah, is it the B7? I think it's the B7. The Alpina B7. Yeah. Right. But I could tie that back once again back to the subject matter. Ladies, get your mind right. There's nothing wrong with being average or regular. Quite frankly, if what I think is coming down the pike economically comes down the pike, and you are delusional and looking for luxury life or nothing, it's gonna be a hard ass road. It's about to look really bad, y'all, for a lot of these sisters. It's about to look really bad. It's gonna look bad for some of us brothers. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's about to look real desperate if what I think is gonna happen happens. I don't think we're gonna go full on 1920s depression. I don't think we're gonna go there. But I think we're gonna hurt. We're gonna hurt for the next decade or so. I think so. I would like to get BGS's take on it too, right? I don't want my word to be final, but yeah. PK said, you better pray, Mr. Z, you better pray. Grab second gear. I love that title. I always tell you that, Eddie. He says, love the B7 wheels. Yeah. Yeah, it was a black one. It was black on black, the one I just was looking at. Yeah. Jamil been sneaking in and sneak this in all this time. Jamil said, name the black woman you know who kept her luxury vehicle up over 100,000 miles. I mean, after 100,000 miles is when they start to become more difficult to maintain, right? That's when stuff starts breaking, and that's when you really realize, even if you buy it used. So let's say you buy a used 5 Series, a 535, right? Now it's 530s because side note, right? Let me get mad at these car companies real quick because they think they slick. So the reason why there's no longer a 535 and now it's 530 or 540, um, and same thing with the 3 Series, there's no longer a 335. It's either 330 or 340. And the 340s and the 540s are the M Sports, right? Not the full-on M's, but the M Sport. It's because BMW realized they were giving horsepower away and people were modifying the engine. So the 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 530s and the 330s have the 4-cylinder turbos, right? Whereas the 540, the M Sport, or the M540i's and the M340i's have the 6-cylinder, the inline 6 turbos. It's because, like I said, BMW was giving away horsepower from about 2006-ish, 2005-ish on up with the 335s. They came with 300 horsepower. You did a couple of bolt-ons in a tune, you had 400 horsepower, right? And that's without swapping out the turbos or anything, right? And so a lot of people were, so what ended up happening is that if you bought the V8 M3, there were people with 335i's with a couple of bolt-ons that were just as fast if you was not faster. But for you to make 500 horsepower with your M3 that made 414 horsepower, it would take more work. It would be more expensive than the people with the 335s. Because their 335s was turbo and you had the naturally aspirated V8. And so your car looked better and your car was more technologically advanced than the 335s. But if we were looking for sheer power, sheer light to light power, that 335 would walk your fucking M3. And it made more torque than that M3. Because the M3 I think made 414 horsepower, but like 290 something torque. So a person would have spent like $30,000 less than the M3 on the 335, spend $5,000 on bolt-ons and tune, and walk your ass. And then pretty much from the untrained eye, his car is the same as your car on the outside. They don't notice the wider fenders and everything like that, right? From the untrained eye, right? I'm sorry for those of you that's not car people. Y'all just like, what the hell is Mr. Z talking about? Right? So that's why BMW is like, no, you gotta pay for this power for real now. And the Germans always made you pay for power. They made you pay per liter, but you kind of got away with a little bit of it from about 2005 to about the most recent. We're in 2022. I think that new body style came out in 2020 or something like that, 2019 maybe. So from about 2005 to 2000 to about 2020, 2019, yeah, you got a lot of meat on the bones with those 335s for 2 generations, right? I think they call them the N55 and the N54 motors, right? Now they're making what, the B58s. I think that's the engine code or whatever. But yeah, you got a lot of meat on the bone. So even if they only came with 300 or 320 horsepower, because they were twin turbo, because it didn't take much money to make them 400, 500 horsepower, you got a lot of bang for your buck with those Beamers. Now, I ain't saying nothing about when they break though. Right? I didn't say anything about when that Beamer breaks. And don't even talk about modifying Benzes. People don't modify Benzes, even the turbo Benzes, because they're so goddamn expensive. And when, not if, something breaks, you might as well refinance your home. Yeah. Toya said, thanks for getting me to work this morning. No problem, Toya. Yeah. So Mr. Z is I'm mainly Japanese car guy, but I know a little bit about everything, right? Even the muscle car world, right? That Coyote engine in the Mustangs is no joke. Everybody knows about the cat has been out of the bag for LS engines forever, like for over a decade. LS swapped the world, right? Everybody's putting LSs in everything. Everything American you could imagine got an LS. Shit, even Japanese and some Germans are running LS everything's, right? For those of you that don't know, LS is like GM's like corporate engine code. So it's like LS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7s, but mainly people are swapping in LS1s, 2s, and 3s into like everything. Yep. Ninja person said Florida is littered with 135i big power in small car. Yeah. Yep. The 135i, for those of you that want to know, I'm gonna go back to the main topic right after this. The 135i is the little kind of egg-looking BMW that came. When did those come out? What did those come out like? What, 09, 07 or something? Um, and they have the same engine as the 335i, right? So they come with that inline six turbo motor, 300 horsepower. I think they weigh what, 33-ish thousand pounds. I mean 33,000. I'm sorry, 3,300 pounds, something like that. And you could get those up to, with bolt-ons and a tune, some 400 and something, 500 horsepower. And people, and it looks unassuming. It looks kind of weird, and you will walk people that don't know what you got, right? You will walk them. But yeah, PK says, I don't know anything at all about muscle cars. And he said, which is ironic considering I am American. Hey, I'll tell you this. First of all, make sure there's some space between you and them, because Mustangs hit poles. But don't sleep on those Coyote motors. Those Coyote Mustang motors, the 5.0, when they bought back the 5.0, don't sleep. Don't sleep on them. The LSs, like I said, the cat's out the bag on those. That, like, everybody knows about LSs and their potential, especially supercharged and turbocharged LSs. But even if you're going to do straight bolt-ons, depending on the LS, you're still dealing with a problem. Yeah, there's American. Oh yeah, and now they went back to the L series engine codes on American cars. So yeah, yeah, I said American cars on the GM engine code engine products. Yeah. Well, Honda and Acura got the K20s, right? K20s on boost are scary as hell, by the way. Don't sleep. Crazy power for not so much money. Yeah. Okay, there was a dude back in my neighborhood back in like 2010 running around with him and his son both had turbo RSXs. Black dude, Jamaican cat. He had a 680 wheel horsepower RSX, and his son had a 390 horsepower. No. Roger had a. It was 300 and something wheel horsepower though. RSX. Both K20 turbos. Yeah. So don't sleep on them. Yeah. And Mr. Earl was running through. He was breaking third gears. Right. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. I'm about to end out. Look, ladies, get your mind right. You better couple up with a man as soon as possible. Even a non-black man, if you could get him. If you could get him, right? But it's about to look real ugly if what I think I'm seeing happens. Once again, number 2, stop fronting on social media. We know y'all are our nieces, man. Y'all are our cousins. Y'all are our daughters, right? Y'all are our ex-girlfriends. We know y'all lying about that lifestyle. Stop fronting on the gram. You ain't got a lot to kick it, Craig. Well, I guess because y'all over there in that Divesta Swirler Black Women in Luxury, Black Women Empowerment spaces, I guess y'all do got a lot to kick it. Because all of y'all are lying. Right? All of you are lying. So I guess you do got a lot to kick it over there. But over here in the Black Manosphere, we know the truth. Y'all are struggling. Y'all are definitely not living the life y'all talking about. For the vast majority of you, I'm not saying all of you, but the vast majority of you are in Paris Milan's comments, in Chrissy's comments, right? In Cynthia G's comments, talking about what you not gonna do and what you not gonna settle for. Y'all in Kim from Fort Harriet and Khadijah's comments, Talking about I don't feel no sympathy from these men and them being single and da 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 da. And you're single and lonely too. And you are single and lonely also. Right? And that's not to make fun of you ladies. It is that I'm not kissing your rear end, and I'm not going to gaslight you. I'm not going to give you a bunch of hope porn over here. Hopeism over here. Right? I'm not a rich white woman. Excuse me. I'm not a rich white woman, a rich white man, or a bitter black woman. So I'm not going to sell you any fake positivity, toxic positivity. Right? Indigo Flow said it best. Hopium. You know what, Jamil? I'm gonna start using that more. Jamil says the word hysteria needs. I think you said be bought up, but needs to be bought up once again. Social media has gotten broads of all races locked in hysteria. Yeah, locked in hysteria. Yeah. Yep. And that's sad. That's sad. And it really is locked. It really is hysteria. It really is hysteria. Right? And that's frightening because you can't afford it. Not for what I think is about to happen. Indigo Flow said, opioid crisis. Ooh, Spain man. Spain man says, divested, find out white men are out here hurting too on the low. Ooh. No, that one I want them to find out in person. Because didn't Ostefco tell us she was open to dating out and she didn't date it out? So you trying to tell me, and she was telling you, she never said the race of the dudes. She kept on telling you dudes were showing up at first dates with gym shorts, dudes were showing up dressed kind of funky, dudes was showing up like she would show up at a date and dude would still be eating. You trying to tell me all of that was black dudes? Right? Didn't Ostefco tell us like what her first experience was with a white dude? So you trying to tell me all of those horrible dates was with black dudes? All right, black women, y'all better find out. Toya, I ain't gonna say it, Toya, but I, and you know what? I think the reason why I take to her is because she reminds me of other black women I know. She's so not relatable because I'm not a black woman and I'm definitely not a black woman like her, but she's so relatable in that way. Like, I know black women like her. Right? They're kind of witty. They have weird humor, but it's cool. It's kind of cool, right? Shout out to AL. AL, I'm talking about your girl right now. Right? Oh, Charles in here, y'all. Charles stay being late as fuck. Hey, we gonna have to see who be more fashionably late, the fucking Haitian or the Baltimorean. Right? Charles says, especially since black men are kind of simpish and always have to dress nice, they will allow a white dude to wear and do anything, but black dudes has to be damn near 007. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? For real. Okay. Toya says the orange lipstick and shiny wig wearing type of black women. Bruh. Like I said, yeah. I find, yeah. And I think, to be fair, I think more black women fit into the Ostefco camp than the full-on Lexus Exodus and Mahogany Pink and Cynthia G camp, to be fair. Now, It is a distinction without a difference. But if we're talking about distinctions, I do think more of them. But I think it's a slippery slope. And I think you could get from Ostefco to Lexus Exodus like at the drop of a hat. Spain Man said we got to be NBA game time fresh. When the players be pulling up to the stadium in their Porsches and Rarries and stuff. For real. Yep. 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 Damn. Yeah, y'all. So I will close this out. Thanks for being here with me. Ladies, get your mind right. Couple up with the man. It's about to be a rough road. It's about to look real dark if what I'm predicting happens. Y'all go ahead and click that link from PK. It's about to look real rough. And if not a man, you're gonna be leaning on your family members super tough. Right? It's about to look real tough, real bad. If I'm predicting it correctly. Does that mean everybody's gonna be out here destitute? No. Does that mean that some of us are still gonna be able to be delusional? Yes. I think some of us will still be delusional while living under the bridge. I think that's a thing. Right? That's a thing. And it's unfortunate, bro. It's unfortunate. Because if I'm looking at the environment now, I'll end out with this. I can't remember. I think it might have even been Charles' channel, but or maybe Rogish. But it was me, Rod, Charles, Rogish, PK. Were you there? Maybe this was maybe a year. No, maybe it wasn't a year ago, but it was a while ago. It was like 10, at least 10 months ago. And we were talking about something, and like kind of similar to what I'm saying now. And I remember saying, and this is the first time I might have said it. I've said it multiple times since then. In the middle of Armageddon, these black women and women in general are telling you what they won't settle for and what they won't do. We were living through COVID-19 when Kevin started to blow up. And these women were calling into Kevin's show in the middle of Armageddon. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what was going to happen. Oh, I don't know. I played. Good question. Spainman said, no, not Spainman. Trell Bentley said, did anyone win the Powerball? Bruh, I spent $8 on the Powerball and I just played all the other rest of them. The win money every day one, all of them. I played the Florida lottery. I played all of them. I threw $15 at lottery last night. I played everything. Right? And I don't play the lottery. I like never play the lottery because, you know, yeah. What did you say, Charles? Black women ain't. Wait, where'd it go? God damn, did you delete it? Or did it just get. Crap! Wait a minute. I'm looking for Charles' comment. I just saw it. Did you delete your own comment, Charles, or did it disappear or whatever? I don't know. Right. Yeah. I guess it disappeared. Okay. Anyway, but we're back. It disconnected for a second. I think I pressed the wrong thing. Yeah.